how are you today?
Well, how you doing?
I'm Katelyn. I'm your counselor. What's your name?
Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy. What brings you in today?
Well, I've been struggling with this problem it's been a couple years now. I hate to admit it, but I'm an alcoholic. I guess it kind of started a few years ago. My grandma passed away, and it was really hard to get through. So I, started drinking heavily, and it started 1 to 2 days a week, and it progressed from there to 3, 4, and 5, and now I'm drinking essentially every day of the week, and it's really taken over my life at home and with my family and everything. So it's been really hard lately.
Okay, so you're saying that you're an alcoholic and that you drink quite frequently, and it started when your grandmother passed away. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, and when you say that you drink quite frequently, do you drink to have a good time and have maybe 1 or 2 drinks, or do you drink until you're completely inebriated or intoxicated, if you will?
Well, when I first started, it was drinking to have a good time. I started drinking with friends and stuff when I went out, just to kind of be social and stuff. And then, like I said, it progressed. I would start drinking at home by myself, and it went from beer to liquor, and I'm drinking, getting drunk every single night, to where I can't function. I'm having problems at my job and everything as well, so struggle is hard.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is it affecting your daily life? I know you just said it affects your job, but does it affect any of your personal relationships with family or friends?
It does. My friends realized, they've been coming up to me telling me how much I've been drinking and trying to get me to slow down and stuff. My family realizes it. My home life is, taking a bad turn because my family realizes it. My job, it's harder for me to wake up in the mornings to go to work, and I'm having to call out sick a lot and stuff like that. So.
Okay, and how old are you now?
25.
Okay, and can you tell me again when this started?
Probably when I was 22.
Okay.
About that time.
Okay. Now, does anybody in your family have a history of alcoholism?
Yeah, my father was an alcoholic. He drank his whole life. He still does. So I guess it's probably been passed through genetics and stuff. So that's another problem that's hard, is growing up around it, seeing that kind of stuff when I was young. And
okay.
Stuff. So.
Now, has your father ever coerced you or pushed alcohol on you at any time throughout your life?
No, when I was younger, he used to let me try it. I used to sip beers here and there. He'd give me a beer to try, when I was a kid and stuff like that. And when I was a kid, I really didn't like it, but, I would still have a sip every now and then. But, just seeing him always drinking every single day, I guess, it probably rubs off.
Okay. So up until this point, have you ever tried to get any help for this problem?
No, I kind of just, I guess you can say I've been in denial with my problem. I let it go overboard way too long. Try to deal with it and cope with it myself and make reasons of why it's okay for me to drink, and, why I can just sit home by myself and get blackout drunk, when there's nobody with me. And, like I said, it's just gotten really hard.
Okay. Now, is there any certain instances or a specific example of, explain blackout drunk to me. Is there any one example that you can give me of blackout drunk that you've gotten?
Yeah, I mean, like, at least several times a week, I'll, just sit on the couch and watch TV shows and drink whiskey and stuff until I wake up the next morning and don't even remember going to sleep, or don't remember what happened the night before. I remember coming home from work, and that's pretty much it. passing out, passing out on the couch with my clothes on and stuff. So,
Okay. Does anyone around you besides your father, like your friends, your support system, does any of them have that issue as well?
no, I don't really know of anybody who drinks, as much as I do as far as my friends go or my family. They have been really supportive of me, and trying to slow down my drinking. So I do have a good support group.
That's good. The first step to figuring out what the issue is and being able to move forward is allowing yourself to know that you do have a problem. So I am glad that you did come in today. You know, alcoholism is a very severe disease,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a disease, and it takes, it does take lives, so it is a very serious thing, and I'm glad that we got a hold on it now before we had to face any, health issues or, I hate to say it, but fatality.
Right.
So at this point, are we looking to quit, or what would you like to do going forward?
Yeah, I'd like to eventually stop drinking completely. But it's going to be hard every time I try to stop or slow down. I go through withdrawals and stuff, so I try to wean myself off of it. Maybe drink one less beer that night or one less cup of whiskey and stuff like that. I have been trying to do that recently, just because it's been so hard on me. But like I said, it's just really scary trying to do that yourself. And not everybody understands what it's like to go through this. So.
Well, so at this point, I just want to hear a little bit more about why you got into this in the beginning, because obviously there was something that made you, turn more of a frequent user versus just an occasional social drink. I know you said you started socially drinking. When did you realize that it picked up to a more of a problem?
Well, I never really drank my whole life until I turned 21, and I'd have a beer here or there. Like I said, my grandma passed away when I was around 22, so then I guess I became really depressed, felt really low about myself and about the world, so, all my friends were drinking, so I figured it'd be okay if I had a drink or two.
Yeah.
Which was fine then, but then, I liked the feeling of drinking. I like being able to take my worries, the way that it took my worries away. So I would drink more. I started hanging around people who drank more, and going out to bars more frequently, which turned into coming home and drinking because I didn't have enough at the bar.
So at this point, there's a few different options that we can, look into. You did mention that you were depressed. Do you still feel that way right now?
I mean, yeah, I feel depressed in a lot of ways because of the issue that I'm trying to get through.
Okay.
It is so hard, so.
Well, they do offer medications for those kind of things. I'm not saying that, you need to be on medication, but I am going to refer you to our psychiatrist to try to tackle that depression and any other issue that you may be having. And how do you feel about maybe a support group for the alcoholism? Would that be something that you would want to partake in?
Yeah, definitely. Anything that would help, would be great.
Okay. So what I've gathered here is that you're struggling with depression, which initially led to the beginning of your drinking, and also your grandmother passing away was very hard on you, and also the influence of your father. You now drink more quite frequently than you would like, and it's starting to affect your daily life. Is that all good? Everything's correct? Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, at this point, we do have a couple options. I am going to refer you to our psychiatrist, and see what she can do with the depression. And also, as a personal goal for you, I want you to write down, obviously while you're drinking, you're not going to be able to remember to write down how many drinks you had or whatnot. But I want you to at least record how frequently you are drinking. That way when we meet next time, I get a better sense, and so does the psychiatrist, of how much you're, actually partaking in the drinking. And I also want you to reach out to your friends and find a hobby. I find the best way to get over depression in things such as alcoholism or keeping yourself busy. So if you find something that you're interested in and you find something that you're having fun with, you may be less likely to abuse those substances, and it may actually help with your depression as well. So is there anything else that you wanted to ask while you're here today?
No, I appreciate your help. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me advice and some steps to try to work on through this.
Okay. Well, just like I said, just try to deal with that personal goal that I gave you. I'm going to schedule an appointment with our psychiatrist for early next week, and I'm going to have you meet with me again at the end of the week. And if at any point you have any questions or you feel uncomfortable with the way things are going, anything like that at all, or if you just need someone to talk to, you just call the office and they'll put you straight through to me, okay?
All right, thank you.
You have a good day.
You too.